Hello, everybody. Hello. I am in my car and it's hot. It's hot. I'm gonna roll down the window. I'm sorry. I'm gonna die in here. What is going on today? See, it's the late one, the late show. What is going on? This is where things get a little more interesting because people come in and they have a chance to kind of live life and see how things are shaping up throughout the day. Maybe your day is going better than you thought, worse than you thought, or about what you expect. So yeah, how's everything going with everyone? And let's see, today is Wednesday. What is an eventful thing to be happening on a nice Wednesday? What's going on in the world? I guess the JFK files, people are starting to sift through that. That was pretty interesting. I went through it just a little bit. As I said earlier, I thought was very interesting is that the CIA is basically saying that there had to been multiple shooters. So that was very interesting that I saw. What else was very interesting that I saw? A lot of people were talking about the Ruby. I don't know what's her name. The family vlogger that's out there. That was pretty interesting story. Lots of people are talking about that now. But here's the thing, like I remember that case came out like many years ago, so I don't know why that's popping up now. I thought that was very interesting. What else is going on in the world? Oh, I know what's going on in the world. The Tesla is going down. What a crazy experience to see a rise and fall of a company like that. Like, imagine having Tesla, right? And you built it up, and they say that there hasn't been a new car company in America for a gajillion years, right? And Elon builds it up, and it gets to the point where I remember a while back he released like the schematics to the Tesla, right? And he said that you can build one if you wanted to. Here's how you do it, because he wanted to just push the green initiative, right? He wanted to. Does anyone remember this? I remember this a few years ago. I mean, keep in mind, who has the ability to actually put together a full-on Tesla by themselves at home, right? So he releases the schematics. I remember this. Or maybe I just heard about it. Who knows? Who knows what's real, what's fake anymore? And do you guys remember this? I remember this. And you can build a Tesla if you want it because he doesn't care about competition, and he just wanted people to have electric cars, right? For him to go from there to where they are now, what a ride. What a ride. Because I remember when people in my neighborhood first start having Teslas, and we're like, whoa, what is that thing? And I was remember being told it's an overpriced electric car. And back then, what were your options? It was like literally the Prius or a Tesla. So you're like, of course you're gonna get a Tesla. Why would you want a Prius? Right? When you can have a Tesla. Those were the options we had back in the day. Kids in the future are not gonna know this because in the future they're gonna be driving the Chinese cars. The Chinese electric cars. Supposedly the Chinese electric cars are way better than what we have here in America right now. And there's this thing that they're trying to keep those cars out because once they start entering the market, they're going to basically dominate the American electric vehicle market. That's what they did in Europe, I believe. Someone can check it. I know in one of those countries out there, they allowed the Chinese electric cars to enter their market, and it completely decimated their auto industry because the cars were better, faster, cheaper. Oh, I wouldn't say faster, but they were just supposedly cheaper and better, and they had all these features on them. that were much better. And so there's this idea that, America's trying very hard to keep these cars out because once they come in, they're coming. What else did I thought was super interesting today? What else went on? Yeah, it was hard for me to see the news. I was in and out a lot. In and out a lot. So I didn't have time to read the news. I'm just thinking about um, how I mentioned it earlier, how if you're in your mid to late 30s and up, you survive through a recession, a terrorist attack, a pandemic, and possibly another recession. And yeah, because it makes me think about how, in a way, the cards are stacked. Like it just seems off. Like the generation ahead of us, they got to do everything without all this. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have to really, or at least when they went through it, they were more established. But I was thinking that when I went through it, it was literally the most formative years of anyone's life. Like literally in high school, 9/11 happened, and I remember a lot of people start signing up for the military. Even I thought about signing up for the military. I almost went all the way through until I have Asian parents and they were like, "No." And I really was thinking like, you know what, I'll just go. They'll I didn't have a lot of like I didn't have a lot of plans coming out of high school, and that's where they get you. That's where they get you. When you don't have a lot of plans coming out of high school, the Uncle Sam comes in and he's like, "Hey." But going now that I'm going back, I'm like, man, maybe I should have just done it because the benefits are really nice to have. Like I have a buddy and he is retired now, a retired veteran. But here's the thing, I don't know if I can consider him a veteran though. He was in the Navy and he was primarily on submarines. And you know what I found out that I thought was very interesting is that in the submarine, right? He told me the submarine is where in the Navy where they put everyone that don't know how to swim. If you don't know how to swim, you end up on a submarine. And I thought that was very interesting. And he was telling me why. And he said, because if you don't know how to swim, they put you on a submarine because if something happens to the submarine and you're down in the depths of the ocean, swimming, knowing how to swim or not is not going to save you. You're all gone. So that's basically what he told me. He said that the people that don't know how to swim in the Navy end up on submarines. And so, anyways, he was on a submarine, and then I'm trying to remember exactly how he got injured. But basically, what happened is he fell off a ladder, and since he fell off the ladder, he got hurt. And since he got hurt, he's on basically military disability. And this was 10, 15 years ago. So since he got hurt while deployed, but during that time, there wasn't, I don't think there's any conflict, at least nothing that comes to my mind. He was basically just out on a submarine ride and he fell off a ladder and he got hurt. And that was like, I don't know. I don't know exact dates. I'm not him, but it was basically at least 10 years ago. And to this day, he gets a monthly check from Uncle Sam. Thank you for your service. And but he enjoys all these benefits, like Veterans Day. There's all those discounts. There's basically he gets discounts for everything. Buying a house, the VA helps him buy a house. He gets discounted Disney ticket. Like he gets discounted all kinds of stuff. And I was just thinking like that's crazy. He fell off a ladder and he gets a check every month and he gets all these discounts. And then it got me thinking, my cynical brain is thinking, right? I'm like, how many people do this on purpose? Because knowing him, he's a very nice guy. I know he didn't do this on purpose. He didn't fall off the ladder on purpose. But hearing his story and his situation, it got me thinking of other people that may do this on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what I think about. Right, I'm thinking about right now. I don't know how we got here, and that's part of the fun. But yeah, I was thinking about how he gets hurt, not even fighting anybody, just on a submarine, falls off a ladder, and now he gets a check every month. That's crazy. And he can still consider himself a veteran. So that yeah, that's I don't know how we got here, but I don't know why I'm thinking about that right now. Oh, I know how we got there. This if you're in the 30 to 38 range, you kind of went through a whole bunch of stuff. Then I'm thinking about how they're trying to get rid of Social Security, and the people that are trying to get rid of Social Security are already on Social Security or they qualify for Social Security, right? And it's the rest of us poor smucks that are gonna get shafted if they do get rid of Social Security, right? Think about this, okay? Social Security, you get the money back. Basically, you're paying to Social Security, right? Your whole working life. And then when you get to the, I don't know, 70, it's like 72, I believe. Or you could retire early. Let's say late 60s to early 70s. You can get some of it back, right? Now, a lot of people that are in Congress, in the Senate, in the high-end government, whatever, they're around 60, 70. They're already in Social Security range, right? They can get it if they wanted to. And then now they want to end it for the rest of us. So we pay into it, they get it, and then you remember what Trump said? He said that they don't want to mess with any of the payments that are already scheduled to go out. Like they're like, oh, we're not going to touch Social Security, and we're not going to touch the payments that are already scheduled to go out and all that stuff. You're gonna get your checks. You're gonna get your checks. That's what he was saying, right? But that's just the deal that I'm thinking about. Is yeah, they're gonna get their checks, but where's my check? Where's your check? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because what do we all hear growing up? I heard this a gajillion times. I don't know if you guys heard this wherever you guys are from, but in what part of America that you're from, or maybe you're not in America, but Social Security is gonna run out. Like, I remember hearing that all the time when I was little. Social Security is gonna run out. Social Security is gonna run out. Okay? If Social Security is gonna run out, then why are we paying into it? Let it run out. Give me back my money. Give me back the money that we paid into Social Security then. Right? Because if I paid into it and these guys are already getting the benefits, the ones that qualify already, right? They're getting the monthly payments from our work, right? And if they want to cancel Social Security, that's fine. Then give me back all the money that we paid into it. It's not like it's lost. Because they can print out the money, give it back to everybody, and then we'll use it. You know what's funny? Is that I have another friend, right? And he makes rims or wheels or something of that nature, right? Basically, I don't know a lot about cars, but he does that, right? And he said the busiest time of the year for his business, and he's not got a small business, he's got a decent sized business. The busiest time of the year is around tax season for him. And it's because people get their tax refunds. And he was like saying, instead of like putting money aside or doing this or that with it, a lot of guys will spend their money on getting some new rims. And so he said that's the busiest time of the year for him is tax season. So I thought that. So that makes me think about this. What I'm talking about is if they want to cancel Social Security, send us all checks back to how much we paid into it, and we'll use the money to do something, and it'll trickle back up to them. Okay. Well, we keep talking about trickle economics, right? Trickle, 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 rickle. Trickle, 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 trickle. right? So yeah, give us back the money. We'll spend it. It'll go back. There's sales tax and all kinds of stuff. You'll get back the money. But they want to cancel Social Security because they keep making it sound like it's gonna implode, right? They're gonna run out of money and they're not gonna be able to make the payments anymore. Then end it. Give everyone that doesn't have Social Security, give them all back their money that they paid into it, and then we'll spend the money. Because see, the reason why they don't want to cancel it is because I'm pretty sure there's someone in Congress or whoever is already getting money from Social Security. So you're canceling, that's a revenue stream that they don't have anymore. And so it's never going to get canceled. But if you are going to cancel it, you have to pay back the American people the money that they paid into it. Right? What do you guys think? Because, we put money into it. The idea is that you put money into Social Security and you're gonna get it back later when you're about to die. That's also the funny part. Like you put all this money into it, right? And by the time that you get to enjoy it, you're like an old, crusty, old man, woman, whatever, and you could barely do anything with it, and you kind of just lay there, and then you pass away. And then I believe how it works is if you passed away, if you have a wife or children, they get a piece of it, and then once they go, it disappears. So that's how they recoup the money for Social Security. I believe that's how it works. Someone out there might know more. I just remember being told that's the general idea is that once you qualify for Social Security, you're gonna get whatever amount that you're gonna get every month, and then when you passed away, your amount gets passed on to your surviving spouse. But if they pass away, your Social Security is gone. It doesn't go to the children. And that's it. And so that's the idea how they keep the money in there because you get old and you're at 70 something, right? And they're expecting you to go at any second now. And then once you go, it goes to your wife and she'll live another 10 years and hopefully there's still money left in the account. And once she goes, they could take all the money that's in there and just use it for the next guy, and they just keep on going until they run out. Or most likely to solve this whole problem right now, I guess what they keep saying the money's going out is that they need to get rid of a lot of people that are older. Because that's the problem, right? Because the generation ahead of us, the baby boomer generation, they're just too many of them. There's too many. There's too many, and they outnumber us, and that's the problem, right? That's why Elon says it looks like a pyramid. But yeah, that's I guess that's my rant for today. What do you guys think? All right, see you guys later.